So I was talking to my friend the other day and he asked me this question. If money wasn't an issue, what would you be doing? And this question might be very common for you guys. You might hear some sort of variation of it or even ask this question. And it got me thinking a little bit deeper, right? Most of us would say that we want a Ferrari, we want a new Rolex, or even a brand new bigger house, a mansion. So when I thought deeper into it, the fact that we are asking this question means we actually equate money or the abundance of money as wealth and freedom, right? But does it really means that? Does money equals to wealth? So after thinking deeper what wealth truly is, I started to realize that money isn't wealth. Money is just a tool. And in order to explain what my definition of wealth is, I'll give you an example. But before I do that, so I'd like to say first, this video is not about how the fiat currency is a scam because of the fractional banking reserve and whatsoever. This video is purely for a perception in shift of what wealth truly is, and hopefully it can help you to improve your life by spending your wealth on the things that you want. So let me give you an example. Imagine you're on Earth and everyone disappeared. What will you do? You could finally get probably the Rolex they want, the Ferrari, the big mansion they have. And would you think that you're wealthy? You probably do, right? But as you realize, as time goes by, right, your Rolex will need to have upkeep. Your car will need gas. Your house will need electricity, and then the food, the restaurants that you think that you can go to are no longer there. Do you get what I mean? So if you don't get what I mean, let me give you another example that's more personal. Imagine the shirt that you're wearing right now, or even the phone that you're watching this video on. You have never met the person who actually made this thing, but you have felt the benefits of it. Does that feel like wealth? Right? So the definition right now of wealth is something that cannot be seen, but it can be felt. And this is something that you actually have experienced it yourself even. So if you think about it, a description of it would be energy. The energy that everyone has. Right, the only thing limiting it is time. So if you think about wealth, right, wealth as energy, you start to see things differently. How does the wealthy people be more wealthy? Right? They're able to extract wealth from masses of people. So if you think about the working class who are going to work 9 to 5, or actually if you be more realistic, it's about including like the travel time, it will be like 7 to 7. You realize is the fact that people choose to give the wealth into a corporate, a mass of people choose to give their wealth to a corporate in order to make a bunch of elite people wealthier. And how are they able to do that? They're able to do that because they dangle this thing in front of you called money. So we are all led to think that money equates to wealth. So if we work hard, chase the next promotion, and we have enough of this money, we'll start to have freedom. But if you start to think of energy as wealth, you start to realize that on day zero, I already have this wealth in me. And you can start to focus it on your family, your friends, your loved ones, the things that you truly want to do. And that is true wealth. So if you start to think of it differently on what is wealth, wealth as energy, you start to see how the system has put you in place into this lab, in this rat race, right? Where hey, you need to chase this next promotion in order to get the more money. But in order to get the next promotion, you realize you have to put in more hours, more work, more energy. And if you keep on chasing and chasing and chasing, you start to realize that hey, I no longer have the energy to do things. And why? It's because the younger you are, the more energy you have. So as you progress, as you get older, you realize you lack of the energy. So what do they do now? They replace you with someone younger, someone with more wealth to extract from. So hopefully, if you see this differently and have a shift, you start to realize that everyone has wealth in them. And if you take this video as however you do, right, you start to focus it on things that truly matter, like your friends, your family, or your passion. And I don't know, this shift has actually helped me to see things differently. Hopefully it did help you as well. Or if not, you guys can just comment down on what you guys truly think wealth is. But it has made my life better, so hopefully it does help you too. Right? Stay strong.